morning's Business Insight. Applications are now being accepted for Leadership Cincinnati Class 36. Leadership Cincinnati is the region's premier leadership training program. Each year, about 52 people are selected to participate. Class members represent various job sectors as well as social, economic, and racial backgrounds. They gain insight about our community and how it functions from experts in a variety of fields. They also increase their understanding of knowledge of the community from personal interactions within their group. Dan Hurley, a local historian who you know as the host of 12 Newsmakers, is the director of that program, and it's run by the Cincinnati USA Regional Chamber. Dan joins Business Courier publisher Jamie Smith now with more on how to apply for next year's class. Jamie and Dan?
Thanks for being here today, Dan.
This is great.
Obviously, as he said, this is going to be class 36.
Right.
So that has to be a very successful program. What's going on in there that's made it such a success?
Well, I think we have been very good at making sure that we go after the top people, but the top people across the spectrum. We look for people from large corporations, from mid-sized companies to entrepreneurs, from the not-for-profit world, so for-profit, not-for-profit, people who live in all parts of our region, northern Kentucky, Indiana, Warren County, Butler County. We are not just, we're a regional chamber, so we're looking at the regional perspective and bringing people together. And that's one of the great things that happens every year in the first class. We ask people to look around and ask them who knows 10 people in the room. And these are all people who come in thinking they know everybody they need to know. And we hardly ever have anybody who knows. Most people know one or two, if that many. So it is a way of getting lots of voices together. The talent in that group every year is just amazing.
Well, it's a 10-month program with about 8 full-day sessions and a couple overnights. Tell us a little bit of kind of what that schedule looks like. What are some of the things that they do?
Yeah, well, we begin the year with a overnight retreat at Camp Joy called Venture Out, and it's not about rope climbing, although we do that, and all of the cables and all of that sort of thing, but it's really about getting the group to begin to understand each other and understand what leadership and followership is all about. We then deal with something called Think and Act Regionally. That's a day-long program. We deal with then healthcare, we deal with the justice system, we deal with economic development, and then we have a mid-year retreat on inclusive leadership. And this is an amazing program that the first day we've been, since I've taken over the program, we've held it at the Islamic Center up in Butler County. And because it happens on a Friday, we are invited to observe Friday prayer. And then we send people out in the evening to 8 different dinners that are we send people to Sukasa, we send people to City Gospel Mission, we send people to a Orthodox Jewish home, to a Muslim home, so people really get spread out all over the community. Then we deal with education and we deal with human services, which we just did last week. And again, we sent people out to 13 different agencies, not to learn about the agencies, but to have 2 hours to sit down and talk to the people who are served by those agencies. Because
just that hands-on approach to getting right there in the middle of it.
It's experiential learning. Right. It's not just having a bunch of people come in and talk at you, because we all know that doesn't work. That's not adult education.
That's great. And I've heard, too, besides the 10 months, several of my friends have been in this program, and it sounds like they continue to keep together. The alumni organization has just been remarkable. Is that right?
Oh, the class, well, first off, the classes themselves have, almost every class has some pattern of keeping together. They get together every 4th Wednesday or the 13th of the month if they're from the 13th class. Or they all have something. Then the Alumni Association, we have 1,100 people, 600 dues-paying members. And if you look at that group, they're a group that can really have an impact in the community. And we've been working very hard to strengthen that alumni association and keep it a vital part and make it a more vital part of this community.
That's great. Well, I think we're going to have some information on the actual website nomination, but May 1st, I think, is the nomination deadline?
May 1st is the application deadline. Okay. Sometimes people think they have to be nominated. They don't. They can just go to the website and start filling it out. If they have any questions, just contact me at the chamber.
That's great. Well, thanks so much for being on today and telling us more about Leadership Cincinnati.
Thank you.